Hey guys, I'm Eric Linkus and I'm a second year dental student here in Memphis. I've been going to ICC for about a year now, and I'm really excited about this Gospel Meets Life series which we've just started, and specifically today about the gospel and authenticity, which is today's topic. This is an area that I've definitely been growing a lot in lately, and I just wanted to kind of provide you guys some background on that growth. I grew up in church and became really knowledgeable about Sunday school stories and memorized the verses that I was given to memorize. And as I grew older, I became very interested in the things of God from an academic standpoint. I began to really want to learn about God and learn about theology and things like that. And I took hold of Romans chapter 12, verse 2, where it talks about do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And so I set about to renew my mind by just learning about God. But as I matured in my faith and I began to be around strong Christian brothers, I began to notice in them that they had this academic knowledge of God, which I had, but they had also had this experiential knowledge of God, that they had seen the things that they knew about God displayed in their lives, and it's something that I didn't have. And I began to see that the renewal of my mind from Romans 12:2 wasn't real renewal, because it didn't fulfill the rest of that verse. The rest of Romans 12:2 says that the renewal of your mind will lead to testing, that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. And so my knowledge about God didn't lead to action, it didn't lead to testing. And I began to see that in just multiple areas of my life, such as how the urgency with which I witnessed, or the amount that I prayed, or specifically in this season of my life, I began to see that my school time dictated how much time I was willing to spend growing in my faith, rather than my faith dictating how much time I was willing to grow in my knowledge of dentistry. And so I began to see my walk with Christ be really synonymous to if I went to dental school for 4 years, and I became really knowledgeable about dentistry, and even became top of my class. But if I did all these things and I never pulled a tooth, I never did a filling or opened a practice, if I never treated a patient, what good would that knowledge be? It would have been a waste of my time. It would have been a waste to all the patients that I could have helped and treated. And one could even argue that I wasn't even a dentist because I didn't practice the knowledge that I've obtained. And so I definitely just began to see that my Christian walk was really synonymous to that, and it was really a wake-up call. And so I just asked God to give me opportunities to live out my faith, to experience Him in personal ways, and then also just asked Him for courage and faith to act on those opportunities. And God's been so faithful to answer those prayers, and I've seen it. Psalm 19 it talks about in keeping the law of the Lord there is great reward, and I've definitely found that to be true, just in how much joy is brought to my life to serve such a good God, and the purpose that it's brought to my life, that I know I'm not striving after something that's futile, but I'm striving after something that's eternal. And so I definitely don't want to make this seem like I have this all figured out by any means, but I'm really just excited as Barrett comes to speak today. I pray that it will spur me on to further action. I pray that it'll spur you on and our church on to further action that will produce fruit for the kingdom of God.